I'm Chad Flexen, and I'm going to be doing a spotlight today on EDpuzzle. So first, you're going to want to visit edpuzzle.com, and when I visit edpuzzle.com, I am already logged in. Logging in and creating an account is free. The easiest way to do this is to log in with your Google account. If you have a Google Education account, this works perfectly. I want to walk through the toolbar for you first, so when you get to EDpuzzle, you know how easy it is to use. Now, this program is very similar to something called Zaption that you may have heard of before, and when I first was exposed to Zaption, I thought it was a great idea. However, when I visited the site, I didn't find it that easy to use, and if it's not that easy to use, you may not use it that often. EDpuzzle has streamlined the process, and I think it is one of the greatest tools right now for teachers to use video content to flip the classroom, assess the students, and provide self-pacing if you're trying to create a blended learning environment. So with my toolbar, I have very basic options: search, my content, my classes, and the ability to share. That's all you really need. First, I want to walk you through my classes. Now, I'm not going to click on any of my classes just for privacy reasons. I don't want to really show any names. However, what I've done is I've created classrooms for my language arts, my math, and my STEM class. And the greatest thing is I can import these classes right from my Google Classroom, as you can see here. If you don't use Google Classroom, you can still use EDpuzzle, because all you'll do is create a class that will have a code, and you can have your students join EDpuzzle as a student login. They can also log in with email accounts or Google accounts, and they'll be able to get notifications when you assign things through EDpuzzle, just as well as if you were using it through Google Classroom. With your classes, you're going to have Due Soon or any other archived options. So you can see I started using EDpuzzle this year in September, and I started off pretty light with just a few examples of, especially with language arts, with working on plot elements, also small clips from a book we were reading on Old Yeller. And the great thing about EDpuzzle, which you'll see soon, is that you really don't have any limits to the content that you can find. So with your classes, this will be where you can see archived data. You can also see the assignments that you're creating and the progress in which students are working on them. So if I'll see Due Soon, you can see that some of the assignments are 96% completed by my class, as well as other ones that were optional activities just for exposure. This is why they're not near 100%, because some students chose not to watch them if they did not need all of the videos to watch, as there were options. The next thing I'm going to walk you through is the search. I'm actually going to jump past my content, because this is where you're going to really need to find everything. There are multiple channels in which you can search, and EDpuzzle itself are ones that are already made through EDpuzzle. You can search anything on YouTube, Khan Academy, LearnZillion, as well as National Geographic and other databases of video content. If you want to check out something great, I really suggest looking at Crash Course. Now, when you go to your search bar, search whatever it is you're working on. I'm just going to start generic with geometry. And when I search geometry, I have all these videos that were created by other teachers or used from other platforms. So for example, you'll see a lot of Khan Academy videos, and you'll hear Sal Khan, just as if you're on khanacademy.org. However, you can trim these videos, and if they're trimmed, you can see the red scissors on some of them, or you'll see green question marks, which mean questions have been embedded by teachers. So if you find something you like that someone else used, you can use it. It's pretty great. You'll see the teacher that created something, and if they do it through EDpuzzle, it's instantly shared, and that's what allows it to be free. If you want to copy it, you can, and do anything you want to it to change it. Now let's say you want to be a little more specific. I want to search for nets. That's what I'm working for actually right now. And I want to see if I can find some videos that I'll be able to use in my classroom. EDpuzzle doesn't have any right now, at least based off this description. Let me just click YouTube real quick. Okay, I see some videos. They know what I was talking about with nets. And I also know that my students have a lot of difficulty with this, especially with the spatial reasoning. So I find a video after some searching, and I like the Khan Academy video, so I'm going to hit use it. Now, once I use the video, let's say I find it to be a little bit too long, because I play the video, and you'll hear in a second.
What we're going to explore in this video are polyhedra.
It will play just like it would on any other website, except notice you don't have any comments. Notice you don't have any ads. It's pretty great. This is awesome for my district because our students are blocked from YouTube, and teachers are finding it difficult to get students to watch videos on their own without having to show it just on the smartboard or projector. EDpuzzle allows you to show the videos that you want to share with your students, whether it's at home for homework or in the classroom at their own pace. So let's say I want to trim the video down. I don't really need the beginning of him talking. I want to kind of get right to the descriptions of him drawing. And let's say the end was a little bit boring. I can trim it down. Okay, I want to add some audio notes. I just click that. I can click the microphone, or I can import music if I want to kind of drum out the voices. Done. You want to also embed questions just through audio. Let's say some open-ended things you want to have your students thinking about. You can introduce audio comments wherever you want. You can click the audio comment, and once you start recording, it will create something. And then what you can do is move it wherever you want. So I just created an audio note. And then when you really want to get into it, you can add what they call quizzes. Quizzes are just questions. This is the great way to use an informative assessment for your students. Let's say you're working on nets like I am, and I know I want to have a question. What I'm going to do is just click the question when I'm ready, and I want it to be multiple choice. I'm going to type my question, so I would just say, how many faces does a rectangular prism have? And what I'll do is I can type in my answers. I also, this is what's really great, my science teacher that I helped out, my co-teacher, she uses this for some of her videos with science. And what she does is actually embed pictures of some of the things that she wants to create questions on. You'll see that as an option here, or you can add other attachments or hyperlinks within the questions. It's really cool. Now I can add as many questions as I want, answers, as you can see here. And then once you're done, you hit save. The audio comment, and once you start, oh, there was my audio comment. Now you can see I can click and drag this question wherever I want, and there's my audio note, there's my question. And when I'm all done, I can finish, or if I'm not done, I can just hit save and it will save it to my content. But I'm going to hit finish, so you'll see what happens. Now, I already have my classes set up, so I can assign it to my math class. Boom. I can say prevent skipping. I can give a due date to it. Or if I just want to share it with other teachers, I can click share with anyone, copy the link, send it to them, and they'll be able to use this as well. It's great for sharing instantly. Let's say you don't want to share it with your students yet. You just hit later. And then what will happen is it will get dumped into your content folder. So as you can see, I have used this video in the past for actually making a trimmed down lesson. I have all of my other videos. As you can see, I have a lot of videos. Some I don't always use. Some I've created, trimmed down. Some I've added questions. I don't want to give you a headache, but the content is amazing because it's anything that you would already use, except now you can make it purposeful for your students. I really like EDpuzzle a lot. That's why it's my second spotlight. And I think that educators can use this in whatever way that they feel fit. If you want to just have a video for your students to watch in class, fine. You want to add some questions to hold them accountable, great. You want to give the students multiple options of videos to watch, create your own videos, upload them to YouTube, share them through EDpuzzle with embedded questions, even greater. Start flipping the classroom a little bit more, having them watch content at home, answer the questions so you know they've watched the videos, and then discuss it in class. That's how things start get going. And EDpuzzle has really allowed me to do that this year. So I think this is a wonderful resource. I think teachers will enjoy using it because it's very user-friendly, it's very basic, and it does what you need it to do. So this is my spotlight, Chad Flexen from cflexen.com on EDpuzzle.